Hi, I'm very happy to be here on the shop's first try with Tommy, the owner and founder of Nitro Snowboards. It's a big honor for me to ask him some questions about the splitboard line. And yeah, just go on and present the splitboard line and something about which board is best for which kind of rider.
Yeah, thanks. We have a relatively large line, but it's kind of logical. Starting out with the board called the Nomad. Over here you see kind of the men's boards. The Nomad is a board that's geared towards entry-level splitboarder, but it's specifically geared towards a low budget. Splitboarding is a pretty expensive activity. Boots, bindings, all the equipment is expensive. So we're trying to make that easier for people to get into by offering a board that's a lower price point than standard. It's a pretty basic construction, pretty straightforward shape, and it comes in 3 sizes from 56 to 61. That's the Nomad. Then we have the Squash. The Squash is one of our best-selling boards in the regular line, and it also comes as a splitboard version. It looks like a powder board, not really exactly a powder board only, just because of that swallowtail. It's also a very, very effective carving board. It's a really strong all-mountain board, mid-priced. It works really nice in the powder, has a long tip and a long nose, but it is very versatile. It comes in a long size range, smaller sizes also for girls, and I'll show that in a minute. And last but not least, we have the Doppelgänger, which is our high-end technical splitboard model, definitely geared towards a very ambitious rider. Highest end construction, core-ride core, makes the board lightweight, lower swing weight in the tip and tail. Comes with hike pods, which are additional, basically holding shape that kind of holds you when you're traversing icy traverses. Where you have most of your pressure when you hike, you have an additional point of grip that prevents you from sliding. We added a bunch of sizes for the Doppelgänger. The Doppelgänger is also a unisex board. We are now going all the way down to 148 for women with that board. On the women's side, we have the Volta, which is the woman's equivalent to the Nomad. So more of an entry price point. We're talking about 400 euros. And then we have smaller versions of the Split Squash. Even in the regular line, the Squash is a unisex board. So we run sizes from 48, even kid sizes in the regular line. So also on the women's Squash, it's kind of a unisex board, so even a male rider, youth rider with a smaller foot can ride that board. Goes all the way down to 148. What's new for next year is we have teamed up with Cola on the skins. We have a proprietary mounting system. You can see the mounting holes in the tip and the tail of the board. And Cola has worked with us to make fitted skins that are fitted to each shape of board. And they're super easy to mount. You just slide that little toe clip into the hole, and there is another clip that moves into the heel, into the tail hole, and it's super quick, super easy to mount. Specifically for shapes like this that are a little more uncommon, a typical standard universal clip is a little more difficult to handle. So that mounting system is easy, fast, and secure. And last but not least, we have teamed up with Spark R&D on a binding system. We are using their platform and mounting pucks and have built our binding on base of this platform. So with our own heel cup, high back, specifically straps and buckles. Comes with a Vibram toe strap that is also in our high-end standard boards. And we feel it's kind of important on these aluminum bindings to offer dampening. We focus on the riding performance, so we have added also an EVA pad on the base already out of the box.
Why should I buy a Nitro splitboard and not a splitboard of another brand?
One of our focuses is we are really focused on riding. I mean, just about everybody who's hiking up there wants to ride down and he wants to have fun riding down. So we really spend a lot of time to make sure the boards really ride well.
Okay.
Getting up there is always sweat, you know. But the ride down is a key focus for us, you know.
Okay, but if I think it's 80% hiking up and just 20% riding down when I go splitboarding.
Yeah.
So do you put some effort as well in preparing the board that they hike well?
Yeah, like I explained, like we said, on some of the models we have the hike pods, you know, which is for more technical hiking when you have more difficult traverses.
Yeah.
Again, you know, we're looking at making it a little easier to get into with lower prices. I think we have a pretty wide range of styles of board, not just the same type of board, and you know, different levels of pricing. So you have an entry level, like getting into splitboarding type board. You have a very versatile board like the squash, and you have the Doppelgänger, which is the technical high mountaineering model.
Okay,
you know?
good. And if we think about the sustainability discussion, if you rank your board from 1, which is not sustainable at all, up to 10, where would you rank it, more or less?
That's a long discussion if you want to get into that.
Yeah, try to make it short, that we don't have to talk like hours about it.
Yeah.
The most important things for you in kinds of...
A few of the most important things are, I mean, but that basically means all the boards, you know. Our factory is pretty well set up, you know, we run solar power in the factory, but that contains all the board, not specifically split boards.
Yeah.
We have a closed water cycle, we don't use like any solvents for the inks and the printing.
Okay.
So we do a lot of stuff on that level. We try to avoid like you cannot take this board and, you know, dump it and hope that it's going to dissolve after 10 years in the, you know, snowboard construction. There's resins, there's fiberglass.
Yeah.
So that's the given things. But I think we're on a very good track on the factory and production side and the material side on that level.
So if you rank it in points, 1 to 10?
I want to be at 10 at some point, you know, or at 8, you know, probably at 6 or 7 at this point, realistically, you know.
Good. Yeah, honestly, around 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. And yeah, if I'm a splitboarder and I don't know so much about it, what can I expect from a board? Do I have to buy a new board every 2 years, every 5 years? I mean, yeah, it depends on if I hit a rock and how many I use it, but maybe it's like 80,000 altimeters I can walk until it's soft, or what do you think?
Well, like you said, I think it really depends on the type of use, you know. If you hike the slopes a lot, I think you can do it for a long time, you know. I think it depends a lot on the terrain, you know.
Okay, yeah.
We are trying, I mean, of course we're trying to, you know, put as much quality construction in the boards. In general, we're trying to keep the shapes, but also the graphics not super trendy.
Yeah, if your potential customers do have an issue, a quality issue or something, how do you deal with it? Like kind of customer service, customer care? Or?
I think we're really well set up. We have distributors in every country. Very knowledgeable staff in every country. Yeah. So no matter where you are, you will always have a phone number to call, and you will always have somebody to help you. So our warranty and customer service after sales, I think, is really good. You know?
Okay. My last question, which is the best possibility to buy a Nitro board? Should I go to the shop, or should I order online, or
go
which
to
is
the
the best way?
I would always recommend going to the shop.
Okay.
Like I said, we do spend a lot of time educating our shops. We spend a lot of time riding with the shops. They just come from a shop event. We basically have you know, all our key technical shops at an on-snow showroom for the whole month of January, where we do spend a lot of time.
Okay.
We spend a lot of time clinicking. We spend a lot of time clinicking also our salespeople.
Yeah.
So especially for a very technical product like a splitboard, I would rather recommend going to a store.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Tommy.
Tommy. What are you doing?
I'm the owner and founder of this company.
Good. Yeah, I didn't know you.
Yeah.
No, it's